Kenny Thomas, who has not picked up a foul, that's of such importance to New Mexico, does pick up a ding, and he's going to sit for a few minutes. 3. And Spider Smith got those long arms on White's outlet pass. Well, they leave him alone, and he sets up Olney. Gibson going right at the big man, Jahidi White. Gibson goes down, so does his shot.
And there's got to be a foul on that play. You've got to protect the shooter. He drives in. There's contact.
Dave Bliss saying the same thing you are. Largest lead now, Georgetown by 5. Only good alert play there. Smacked it right off Victor Page's leg. Georgetown all over the ball. 3 gray shirts around that rebound. Iverson missing, and now it's Kenny Thomas off the bench, clearing it for the Lobos.
Well, the game's gotten very physical on the inside. At both ends, referees really letting the players play. At some point, they're going to have to settle things down.
Spider Smith missing inside. Georgetown running. It's out. He'll go to the line.
Coach, at that particular moment in the game, he really doesn't want to.
And Schornstein got stripped of the ball by Jerome Williams. And to prevent a break, Schornstein fouls him. And now New Mexico has 3 starters with 2 fouls. Kenny Thomas, a 71% foul shooter. Young man who has played his freshman year in New Mexico by virtue of a court injunction in Albuquerque. The NCAA claiming a problem with a 9th grade science course that Kenny Thomas took, declared him ineligible. And he has played his entire season with that court injunction. Very emotional for Dave Bliss and his team as Iverson comes right back with 2 quick ones.
And Iverson demonstrating his leaping ability. Now he takes that defensive rebound at one end of the floor and lays it up at the other. Great jumping ability and incredible quickness.
New Mexico coach Dave Bliss, very emotional when he talks about what Kenny Thomas has gone through, and he said Kenny Thomas simply did what every adult told him to do, and was subsequently going to be punished for it until the courts intervene. They're going to prevent him from playing. The NCAA is continuing to fight as Spider Smith beats the shot clock barely, and Thomas rebounds. And then the feed to Shields, not held, and Harrington came away.
It's a good idea by Kenny Thomas. He is a very good passer. But that pass, it appeared to catch Shields off guard. Thomas sort of flipped it up instead of just setting the ball out there so Shields can run into it.
Loose ball to Iverson. And he is called for traveling. With 9:07 to go in the first half, and Jerome Williams has led Georgetown's inside assault.
Yeah, well, all 7 Georgetown baskets coming on the inside. New Mexico has missed its last 7 shots.
They're really going to force Gibson, and Gibson barely beat the 10 count, getting the ball across, and Georgetown called for a
force the defense of Georgetown to come out and guard you because you have 3-point shooters. You force them to make long runs to get to each of your shooters. And the more spacing you can get on the perimeter, the easier it is to drive.
I'll tell you, Victor Page, like the T-shirts, he has no fear. And he just took that ball right in the middle of New Mexico's defense.
The MVP, Victor Page, with the Big East tournament, the first freshman to be so distinguished.
Really a Thomas backs it in for New Mexico. Really a defining moment for Georgetown in the semifinals of the Big East tournament when Iverson had 4 fouls. He sat out 8 minutes of the second half. Victor Page had the best game of his freshman year. And it was the first time all year Georgetown really won a big game without Iverson.
14-13. Let's send you back to Richmond now. Georgetown and New Mexico. Larry Farmer and our man Ted Robinson.
Georgetown in gray leading New Mexico by 6 as we have 7 minutes to play in the first half in Richmond. Georgetown really not shooting well in the last few moments. That has prevented them from building up a bigger lead. The Hoyas have had no trouble penetrating, getting inside shots against New Mexico's zone.
And that's why New Mexico has switched and they've gone man-to-man.
And Iverson picks up a charge, and that's his second.
Iverson using that screen and roll situation to try and penetrate.
Personal foul, assist number 3, Allen Iverson. That is his second.
You see Iverson coming in your picture right there, and he jumps in the air that time. Instead of jumping to shoot, he jumps to pass. A little bit out of control. Good help side defense provided by New Mexico, and that's why they're able to sneak over and pick up that offensive foul.
New Mexico has just missed consecutive front ends of a 1-and-1. They'd have a chance to have this thing tied. And there's a 3 by Shields. As it is, the Lobos are within 1. 7 straight points for New Mexico.
Anytime New Mexico's in a man-to-man, he will be assigned to Allen Iverson. They really aren't that deep, New Mexico, at the point guard position.
Dave Bliss on the New Mexico bench, I think, is making a decision, and he's just made it. Do I have somebody else that can stop Iverson? He's taking Gibson out, bringing Royce Alney, a shooting guard, in.
At least when that offense is further away from the basket because of the quickness.
Spider Smith to Clayton Shields. And that gets the Lobo faithful up, and they're loud. Yaya Ja from the Iverson feed.
That time against the zone, New Mexico switching their defenses back and forth. Iverson penetrated under control. He still jumped the pass, but he got the ball in a position where he could not avoid the charge. He could avoid the charge, but influence the defense. And that's what opened up that interior pass.
And right in his face, Smith missing a 3. And Yaya Ja throws the ball to Spider Smith. He gives it to Alney, who puts it in off the glass for the foul.
But he goes right to the defense, gets the kind roll, and is able to convert that three-point play.
The first tie since 11 apiece. 4:45 to play in the half. Page and Iverson crashing along the baseline, knocks it out. I really think, Larry, a crucial part of this game, the first 2-3 minutes when Georgetown just came out flying and pressing, just the way a coach would dream his team would start a game. And New Mexico took a couple of those body blows, but then they got back up.
Yeah, and I like your example, your analogy as far as boxing goes, because Coach John Thompson talked about anytime you get in a ball game like this, you want to establish yourself by throwing those heavy shots, which in Georgetown's case is the press and that up-tempo, that sticky, aggressive defense. And you're right, New Mexico, a little bit shaky at the beginning. They weathered the storm. They took those shots, and then they started getting in some of their own by attacking that press and getting some shots in the open floor.
That's New Mexico ball.
You got Mike Tyson on the mind.
Let's hope Franquito does today. Now a reach-in foul, and if that's Iverson, and I think it is, that's his third. Just taking a swipe at the ball, and Iverson is called for his third foul.
You see the press right there is being broken, and Iverson playing the ball. Anytime you double team, you want to just pressure the ball and force an errant pass out of it. Iverson reaching in with the right hand, ever so gently. He does get Kenny Thomas on the arm.
Iverson really disappointed. He would like the no harm, no foul rule to have been employed there.
That was almost no harm, no harm. For pushing off to gain an advantage, and Kenny Thomas has got to learn to use his hips, use his lower body.
Iverson for 3 ties the game. I think it's going to be crucial now to watch and see if Kenny Thomas becomes tentative at all. We still have a long way to go, and he's now in the 3-foul
game, so he certainly had to play with foul difficulty. I was surprised that he was not able to put a lot of time in between his third and fourth fouls in the last ball game.
Victor Page on the steal, and Iverson fouled before he got in by Charles Smith.
Collapsing defense, the good arms right there in the open court by Page. He kicked it to Iverson. And that's a 3-on-1 break with the defense attempting to stop the break high. It's a good foul because if you don't foul there, it's a slam dunk.
Well, Iverson Iverson single-handedly getting Georgetown back in front. An 8-point Hoya run.
First half, Georgetown playing and making 12 baskets with only 1 assist. And you can see they've turned their defense up a notch. And when that defense gets involved and Georgetown gets in the open court, they appear to share the ball a lot more and a lot better.
Smith made his first 2 shots in this game. He's missed 12 of his last 13 shots, so he shuts me up.
That's just a great one-on-one move. Again, you see the freshness in his legs. He explodes on that shot, extends those arms.
Harrington through the lane, and there's a bad foul by Kenny Thomas. He just picked up his 4th, reaching in. Really could have sent them packing. Ryder Smith is set out. Here's a 3-on-1. Brilliant. And Dave Bliss on the New Mexico bench signals for a 20.
That's a good break in the action. That's where that 20-second timeout is really well utilized in college basketball. You see Smith driving to the basket. The defense collapsed, and it looked like there was a reach in there by Boubacar Al, but Jerome Williams in the open court as a 3 really gives you an advantage because you've got another ball handler who can handle the ball in the open court and make open court decisions. He gives the ball up right at the right time. Great decision by Iverson. Easy 2 points.
John Thompson in the game earlier this year let Jerome Williams play some point guard. Try to free Iverson up to run the baseline. That's how much they think of Williams' ball handling.
And the dream of all big guys is to handle the ball in the open court. And you get all the little guys, they want to post up.
Spurt here to start the second half, and now they've got Gibson in trouble. And they call a 10-second backcourt violation on Gibson.
There is a group of Georgetown faithful. You can hear them hold their breath because in the backcourt when that ball was whistled, Allen Iverson was awfully close. You watch him right here. He's awfully close, and that's where the whistle blew. It was actually 10 seconds, but Iverson gets his hands up. You can see he was almost afraid that he'd been whistled for a foul.
Iverson short, and the rebound tipped to Spider Smith. In Mexico now with Kenny Thomas sitting. Marty Cutright in the middle of his place. Gibson at point guard playing with 3, but so is Iverson. Gibson takes him in. And Shields dunks. And is fouled by Harrington.
And Marty Cartwright just sort of reached up, patted Harrington on the behind as if to say he does it to me all the time in practice. That Gibson, only averaging 4 shots per game, really not looked upon to shoot the outside shot, but you've got to make Iverson play both ends of the floor. If you get him to work hard defensively, maybe you can take away from some of what he likes to do offensively.
Of course, the Lobos would love to pick up that 4th foul on Iverson to stop that. His 3rd 3 of the second half.
Allen Iverson, 5 times this year, Big East Player of the Week.
A lot of people question the shot. He's silenced them this year. A rebound of the missed 3 here. And another one. Nope. Inside and Cartwright stole it. Now White dives, and that'll be a held ball, which will go to Georgetown.
Well, Iverson had the right idea. He just knocked down the 3, so that should really open up the defense on the inside, especially in transition. You've got to account for where he is on the floor. But New Mexico doing a very good job of sprinting down the floor. They were able to run back, protect their basket, and that's why that pass by Iverson was intercepted.
Harrington in the game as Georgetown leads by 2. Iverson shot 50% from the floor this year, 37% from the 3-point arc. But there's Jahidi White, and he's fouled by Cutright. Spider Smith missing.
Now you got to get back. That was a quick alert play by David Gibson. You want to make plays on the ball. You want those palms to be up. So you have quick, active hands. You don't slap down where you can reach in and grab that inadvertent foul.
Iverson fouled. And that's the 3rd now on Cartwright. 17 fouls on New Mexico.
Cartwright is 6'8" now. If he's in foul difficulty, you of course still have Daniel Santiago, who's 7'1". And then of course Kenny Thomas, but that's it as far as having any size and size available for Dave Bliss and the Lobos.
And right now you can see Dave Bliss. I would think too early to bring Kenny Thomas back, still 12.5 minutes.
Especially as close to the basket as Georgetown's offense seems to be playing this ball game.
Another rebound by White, but New Mexico stripped it. And Jerome Williams saves it for the Hoyas. Georgetown is so quick to lose balls in this game. Victor Page gets it to drop with a foul.
You know, anytime you can combine a fine shooting touch with great athletic ability, you can create these kind of scoring opportunities for yourself. Jerome Williams almost negated that play. He had thoughts of going up and tipping that ball in. Had he touched it, it wouldn't have counted. Iverson enjoying that as well as Page.
Well, after New Mexico had taken the lead, Georgetown has scored the last 7, so Dave Bliss brings Kenny Thomas back. And the fouls are just strangling New Mexico right now. 18 fouls against the Lobos in this half.
7-point lead for Georgetown. Coach Dave Bliss bringing back in Kenny Thomas. I mean, that's his way of saying it's all right now or nothing. There's no reason to save Kenny Thomas. He's got to play smart, not pick up that 5th foul.
Gibson took it into Iverson. Kicks it back to Shields. Thomas, good cut by Gibson to the basket. That ends an 8-point Georgetown run.
Gibson's doing a fine job. If you're not going to pay attention to David Gibson from behind that 3-point arc, he's only a 10% 3-point shooter. Runs an excellent give and go and makes himself available in the half-court offense for layups.
New Mexico trying to hang in here. Georgetown right on the edge of putting one of those runs together that could break this thing open. Dixon got bodies in the air and draws a foul. New Mexico's more crucial. Look at that. That's a total pick by Harrington. And Iverson!
Normally in a double-team situation, as Georgetown was in that time, you want your other 3 players to get so you don't pick up unnecessary fouls. Georgetown with the quick hands, they're able to pluck that ball, and then Iverson with the great behind-the-back move.
Another Hoya steal. It's Allen with the follow. The Hoyas doing it at the defensive end. And New Mexico takes a timeout. Consecutive turnovers, the Hoyas now lead by 8.
Yes, again, you're talking about a very good defender, rebounder, shot blocker on the inside.
Look at Jahidi White. He sends another one back. His 3rd block. Iverson. And this is the biggest lead. Georgetown by 10.
Mexico players still taking it right to the heart of the Georgetown defense.
Jahidi White has blocked 4 shots in this game. Iverson hits the 3. And that's with Spider Smith and his long arms right in his face.
And after he knocked down that shot, he jumped higher after it went in than he did to get the shot off.
John Johnson talked this year about how at times he feels like he's almost restricted Iverson, stifled the great creativity he has.
And I think it's been a growing process for both. John Johnson, of course, letting Iverson do his thing in many occasions.
Oh, look at that. What a pass by Harrington there. Harrington, the senior big big man who's no longer the focal point of the offense. Fading, Allen Iverson has scored 19 points in the second half for Georgetown.